Whoa, morning, guys. Figured I'd take you along for the ride of the morning shenanigans a little bit. So this is when we get up for the not breakfast, but pre-breakfast meal. So it's about 5 a.m. right now. We actually slept in a little bit today. Arch already ate his breakfast, so he's cheating. So woke up, fed him. I have 14 liquid egg whites ready to go, ready to drink. They're just not cooling down, but warming up, I guess, a little bit, because if I slam those, that leads to some major egg white brain freeze, which is never a fun thing. So I'm getting my pre-workout together right now. Gonna put some fresh rice on so that when I get up in a little bit, I'm gonna have fresh rice for the whole day. And, I get a lot of questions about what I do at this time of the morning for that pre-breakfast meal. This is what I'm doing. Getting up, getting stuff ready for the day, having that meal, taking care of the pup, letting him out. He's going peepees and poopies. He's eating his food. Guys, I'm going to get this meal down. Going to get some stuff ready, and then I'm going to go back to bed for an hour, and then get up for real for meal 2, and to start the day, baby. Take care, and let's get after it. Whoa, what's going on, guys? Happy Tuesday. We got chest today. We're gonna go in there and smash it. Feeling good, feeling strong. 3 meals on us. That's pretty much the standard, unless I say otherwise, but I'll always let you know so that you know exactly what we're working with, right? Man, I'm not a big, caring about brand names type of guy or anything like that. In case you haven't noticed how I dress. But I'm all about quality. But that being said, when you see a car without a badge on it, I don't mean it's not a badge you like. I just mean there isn't one on there. It's always so weird. I feel like you know whatever you're looking at car-wise until you see one without a badge, and you're you're what is that thing? What is it? It might look cool, might look silly, might look whatever, but it's just so weird, when it's missing that little thing that, doesn't mean anything. The car's there, it's got the roof, it's got the tires, it's got the doors, it's got everything. It's driving, but it's missing that little piece of metal with a logo on it, and suddenly you get all confused, So, little tip I want to talk to you guys about today is how to shop at the grocery store, right? Because where you get your food and how it's stored is really, really important. Let me explain. So, ideally, you want to buy everything as fresh as possible, right? I mean, that sounds like it makes the most sense. If you're going to go to a butcher or a fish market, things like that, you want your food to be as fresh as possible. Of course. However, sometimes when you're at the grocery store, the best thing to do is buy frozen. Let me explain. If you've been walking around a general grocery store, right, you'll find, and this isn't everybody that works there, but a lot of them don't have much care for their job. There's been times I've walked around in a regular Stop and Shop, let's say, and they'd have a big pile of meat out, just sitting out. And I'd do a full lap around the store, and nobody's at the meat. Do a full lap around the store, whatever. Come back, and there's still nobody there. And I'm like, dude, it's been, 20 minutes. What's going on? You're just leaving all this out here. How long has it been out there? And how long is it going to stay out there? Not to mention, how was it stored in the back? Because you got to remember, these places are trying to make as much money as possible. So keep your electricity as low as possible and store it just cool enough to be okay, right? But when you buy frozen meats, in particular, they'll never be frostbite frozen from these types of places because it would cost too much to keep the freezers that cold. So they're freezing them just enough to be frozen, you know? So you know they're not going to get, not frostbite, what's the word I'm looking for? Freezer burn. I was close. Freezer burn. Because that actually destroys a lot of the nutrients. So sometimes in terms of like a freshness scale, it's better off buying frozen from big department supermarkets than it is to buy fresh. You know? It's like if you look at the produce of a grocery store, right? Now, I don't eat vegetables. I believe they're bad for you. Genuinely. But let's say you're buying vegetables because you have a rabbit at home. Now, they need to make as much as they can on these vegetables, right? Have you ever seen moldy fruit and stuff at a supermarket? Of course you have. It's gross. But you know that, if they let that one bag go to shit, what do the other ones look like? Because if there's one spore of mold in there, in one way, shape, or form, it did spread to everything else. It may not be showing yet, but it's on all of it. Because that stuff spreads like wildfire. Besides that, look at fruit too. We'll start with vegetables. We'll continue with vegetables, then we'll go on to the fruit. Excuse me. They typically pick a lot of these fruit and these vegetables way before they're ripe, or way before they're ready to be picked, because they're expecting the oxidation process to finish ripening them with the air, so that by the time it gets to the store, it's under-ripened or it's perfectly ripe, and that's their best shot of selling it to you. Same analogy with fruit, right? You ever seen a box of just completely green bananas? They're always like that. That's why bananas, most of the time when you're at the supermarket, they're just way too green to buy. You're like, I'm not going to eat these. They'll be sitting here for another week in the house before they go bad. Here's the difference. When you see those things ripening, you don't typically think, that's better. You don't typically think much of it, right? But that's the tricky part right there. So when fruit is ripening on a vine, when vegetables are ripening in the ground, when anything is becoming anything it's supposed to, it's attached to some type of host where it's getting nutrients. Bananas are ripening on a banana tree and connected to each other because it's receiving nutrients from that tree. It's not just, the tree isn't just holding bananas up in the nest, it's attached to the tree physically, right? So when you allow them to ripen on the tree, you're getting those true nutrients because they're absorbing. When you allow it to ripen in the supermarket, that fruit missed out on the vast majority of its nutrient production and its nutrient absorption that it should have gotten from the ground, or should have gotten from the tree or the berry bush or what have you, right? So a lot of the times when you're eating fresh produce or fresh anything from the grocery store, it drastically missed out on its opportunity for nutrient absorption. It'll be ripe, but it's like I've said about amino acids. It's like taking a pill capsule without all of the medicine in there. So sure, you took your vitamin C pill, but it was missing half the vitamin C. It was dosed at 500 milligrams and you only got 250. Just because the box says 500 milligrams, if that pill capsule's half empty, it doesn't matter what the box says. That's 250. It's not what's supposed to be in there. That's something I thought about recently, because it really does make a lot of sense. I try to source my food from the best places possible. That's how I've always been. Excuse me. Oh my god. I gotta start sleeping right, guys. I gotta start sleeping right. But if I can't source it from somewhere good, I try to buy frozen, or try to buy things that wouldn't be affected. Like, I drink a lot of egg whites. A lot of egg whites. Because the shelf life on those things is impeccable.
and I don't have to worry about them being left out too long, because they don't need a crazy cold temperature to stay okay. And they're not open up to the direct oxygen. They're sealed in the container, so there's way less likelihood of bacteria or anything growing inside there. But oh my god. Ugh. I'm sorry, guys. Ugh. I'm boring me with all this science, I guess. Can't imagine what you guys are going through. Shit. You guys figured this out by now. When I just get on something, I just go off on a rant. I'll tell you everything I can possibly about it. I'm like a toddler that learned something in school, and I just go crazy telling you all about it. For me, it's I think of a topic, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is awesome. Here's everything I know about it. And sure enough, it turns into a science experiment and a lecture. But hope you got something out of that. Hope you made you rethink, or even maybe just begin to think and consider where your food comes from, and really how it's stored before you get it. Because that matters everything, man. Your water, your food, your medication, your supplementation, your everything. If it's not stored properly before you get it, you're out of luck. Even look at, like I said, water. It sounds ridiculous, but if you live in a hotter area, like in Arizona, Texas type of place, Nevada, and they leave their water outside. Oh my god, holy shit. I'm about to waterboard myself to wake up. Jesus, I thought I was doing okay today. But let's say they leave the water outside, right? Normally, you don't think anything of it. But think of it deeper, right? You have all of that plastic leaching into your water because of the heat. If it's in the cold, it's no big deal, whatever. But if it's heat and a hotter environment, that plastic is baking into your water, and that's no good, especially with the greenhouse effect. It's shining right on through, man. It's shining right on through. So, those are the big things I want to talk about today. Wanted to go over. Besides that, we're heading to the gym right now. We're going to smash some chest. It's going to be a good one. I can feel it. Aside all the yawning, or what the yawning may signify, I'm feeling totally fine today. I'm feeling good, feeling strong. I don't know why I'm yawning so much. I think because I'm just talking so fast. My body's like, bro, you got to get some oxygen in. You see? Just like that. Just like that. Because sometimes your body yawns because it's a way to force you to get air in. And I'm a little congested today, so maybe that's why. It's like, John, you need some oxygen, dude. So, we're approaching the gym momentarily. Yeah, we're close enough. We're close enough to drink this. Boom, boom. Cheers. Ooh. That was bad, but not as bad as normal. I feel like I needed that little to wake me up a bit. It's probably gonna do more for me than caffeine will. So man, on that note, guys, I'm gonna I'll be there in a little less than 5 minutes. I'm gonna wrap my head around this training session, put some music on, rock out a little bit, and I'll see you inside. Let's get it, baby. Okay, so first exercise of the day for me is dumbbell presses. Nice and flat. We're started with 35 pounds, 15 reps. That's never a problem, obviously, so I didn't bother recording it. With the 50s, this is the second warm-up set in a way. Not that it's enough to really warm up my pec for a prop set, but more along the lines of my body's cold right now, it hasn't done anything. So we're gonna do these, 15, no problem. Grab the 80s for a prop set. Then I warm up the nervous system a little bit. Then grab the 120s to actually work with. So normally, my proprioception sets, you see we do like 6, 8 reps at most, but since this is the first exercise, we're warming everything up, and also, after my pec injury, I give them a little extra love for the prop sets, because if I don't, you know, it's not worth banging it up again. Everything's been great, the strength has been there, no problem, the size is coming back on, if not improving, but you know, my pecs are always my weak link in terms of what gets hurt. But we're not going to think about right now going into a set. Whew. All right. Time for the 120s. Big boy work set. I'm not going to hold these things while I talk to you because there's no reason for me to waste the energy on that. I did 11 last week. Feeling good. Should be no problem today. I'm not worried about that. My back is super tight from yesterday in a good way. I destroyed it, so I'm going to have somebody put this other one on my lap and we're going to get after it, baby. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Shit. Nope. Hey, bro. Nothing. You mind just putting the weight on my lap real quick? Just hand me a dumbbell if you don't mind. Thank you. Ready.
You want to get squat or anything?
Nah, should be alright. Thanks.
I'll
Appreciate it.
behind you just in case.
Thank you, brother. Alright.
Come on. Come on. All you.
Don't touch it, I'm fine. Thank you, brother.
I didn't realize you were recording, that's why.
Oh, you good. Appreciate it, man. Whew. One more than last week. Can't complain about that. Everything feels good. My boy John helped me out. Good kid. Time to go to the decline hammers. Whew. Hey guys. So, chest day is finished. I tried a new angle on the camera, see what happens, where I have the actual good camera facing me, and it's on that side of the room. So, we'll see how I look. If I look bad today, it's because of the camera. If I look great, camera doesn't matter. It's because I'm doing good and I'm working hard. Whew. On that note, let's check out this chest pump, and then proceed with our day, shall we? Shit. Okay. So today, instead of my shoulders, it was stuck on my butt. Okay. And this shirt appears to be a little bit tighter.
Ooh. All right. Okay. Hold on. The chest is nice and. Whew. Holy shit. This is the fullest my chest has looked in a while. Look at that undercarriage. All right, guys, we're cooking today. Ooh. What about the back? Yeah, baby, let's see what's going on down here. All right. It appears we're cooking with fire today instead of ice. All right. And on that note, guys, wait, I forgot the classic pose. Everybody's favorite. Ooh, the front double bicep. Ooh. That's the first pose everybody thinks when you say, hit a pose. They go like this, and they go, which way's the beach? Goes, it's over there somewhere. So, I'd say, today was a successful day. Smashed these weights. Got just a great chest pump. The chest felt really good today. It was nice. The harder I've been pushing it lately, the help more, trying to catch my breath. The harder we've been pushing it lately, the better off it's been recovery-wise. So that's a blessing in disguise, man. Hard work always pays off. And on that note, I'll see you tomorrow. Not sure what tomorrow's video is going to be about. It's a rest day. And I know you guys don't like those videos as much, but we're here every day. So on those days, I just try to throw information at you. Good things, good facts, and ways to level up your training. A bit more geared toward you guys instead of toward myself. Let's get it, baby.